Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today I'm working on the Vortex for Legit Kit Box of the Month, and I'm up to month 10, week 39. There's 2 blocks, so let's have a look-see. So as you can see, I've got my blocks pre-made as I said I would. I've already got them ironed in place, so there was 2 places here that we needed to join, and on this one we had 2 places that we needed to join. So let me flip them over and I will show you. This is part of the curve that's in the Vortex, and let me show you. G4 would be this right here. This is where you're seeing these colors start to turn. Then your 3 is right here and they're starting to turn here. So let me flip this over and you're going to start seeing the turn here. So now all I have to do is join these together, line up these important parts because we want to make sure that it's showcasing everything that it should. So what I'm going to do is clip in place, and I'll come down here and clip this one right there. You can see exactly where that one needed to go. We'll slide down here, and as you can see, you're going to have this little bit of a line up, and just clip it. That way it doesn't slide and it comes in nice and tidy for you. So let's back tack in place. And that's going to lock your seam for you. And get sewing. And just keep giving it a little bit of pressure. Make sure that everything stays lined up. I'm going to give it a little snug pull over. So I want to make sure everything stays nice and tidy. Back tack in place. And you're done. We'll fold it over, and as you can see, everything lined up exactly as it needed to. We'll pull our papers out just as I've been doing along the way. And it's really important you just get out as much paper as you can, and you can go back later and do that final picking to make sure that you've got it all out. If you wiggle it, it'll come out really easy. I know I'm not going to need all of these papers, so I'm going to get as much out as possible now. And you want to be gentle when you're pulling those seams. Even though you know you have a tight seam allowance, you don't want to put too much pressure on them, like when you're holding here and pulling it out. So just make sure that you've got everything locked in nice and tight. And go ahead and rip this paper. These little snippets, I will go back in it after I'm finished and pop those out. I like to keep a marker page. That just helps me as I'm lining up everything. I'll flip this over and do the same thing on this side. You always have to have kind of like a little landing zone per se. And as I'm pulling my paper, I like to put a little bit of pressure, and it helps it come out, believe it or not. Not always perfect, but you'll get it out. So let me get this one, and then we'll get to sewing again as soon as I get this pressed out. There's so many different ways that you can take your paper out. You can leave your paper in. You can wait until the end and have a great big seam ripping, paper pulling party. So whatever you choose to do. I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to do like we have every step of the way. Give it a little bit of a pull, and that just helps you as you're getting it lined up right here. And just finger press it as you have every other step. Where you have that bulk though, you're going to want to give it a little bit of a pull, and it just helps ease this in place. Bring it over, and you're going to flat iron it down. Give it a little extra heat where those bulky seams are, and you'll thank me later. And this fabric is Moda fabric, and I'm telling you what, it's amazing. Everything just lines up. It'll distort in color just for a little bit, but once your fabric cools back down, you won't even notice that one little bit. Let me get all this paper here out of the way. We've got it lined up just the way that we want it, and it's ready to go for when I'm ready to join the next section in. So with all of that being said, thank you guys for taking your time to join me for this week 39, and I'll see you back in the next video. Take care and God bless.